What's going on? Welcome back to the channel. It's Errol with Passion to Profit, and in this video we're going to get more into how you can use multiple time frames to really find those key levels so that you can build a solid plan off of. And what does a solid plan include? The number one thing is going to be your entries and your exits. If you don't know where your entries and exits are, that's really the meat of your plan. Everything else is just the details. But if you butcher your entry, you can butcher your entire trade. So you really have to have those accurate entries so that you can have proper risk management, proper position sizing, and the entry is going to be the most important part because again, if you mess up the entry, you can butcher the entire trade. So in this video, you're going to learn how you can use multiple time frames to really get those accurate entries and also really just find those key levels on the graph where they're more likely to make a sufficient move. I was talking a little bit more with some of the members in the Discord chat. It's been a little slow lately for the small caps, There's those larger cap stocks like Tesla, Apple, doing those stock splits, catching hype, breaking records, the overall market catching higher highs, doing all that crazy stuff. So there is a lot of action going on in the larger caps right now, but lately, the smaller caps the past 2 weeks have been a lot slower compared to the previous months. This is still a good teaching moment because you still need to understand when there is opportunities and when there is not opportunities. That's also a part of being a trader, being able to identify opportunity and knowing when to just sit on your hands and not place any trades. Right here we have Kodak. I'm just going to take off the level 2 in the news right now. And if you don't know what the level 2 is, these are the pending orders. Right over here is the bid, over here is the ask. These again are pending orders. These haven't went through, and over here the BS right here, it stands for bid size, and AS stands for ask size. So that's the level 2. We're not going to get too much into that on this video. Another thing you can use to your advantage is using this live news tab. You always want to understand the fundamentals of the stock, or consider them at least before taking any trades. Now, how can you use multiple time frames to your advantage, and what does that even mean? When we woke up this morning, a lot of people in the chat are already talking about what's gapping up, what's moving, all that type of stuff before the market is even open. So I see that KODK is gapping up. Other people in the chat are talking about it as well. What is the first thing I do? The first thing I do is I open my graph, pull up KODK, I see it's gapping up. How much is KODK gapping up? I use my cursor, right click, about roughly 57%. So KODK gapping up over 50%. That's good. Is this going to be a runner for the day? And what's the first thing I use to determine this, right? So I'm not saying we can predict anything, but there are some clues that you can use to let you know if a stock has the potential to run or not, or if it's more likely to run or not. Right? So nobody knows what KODK is going to do at market open, but the first thing I do is I go to my year chart. I want to start on a bigger time frame so that I get a bigger, just a macro view of things. When's the last time did KODK even run? What is going on with this stock? How are people feeling about this stock? And if I pull up the year chart, I can see really the only thing I see on the chart is last month in July, around July 28th, 29th, the 30th. You might have seen that KODK went absolutely crazy. It was literally around $2 to a high of 60 on the dot. So that's absolutely crazy. That's one thing with these smaller cap stocks. They can really pull some insane moves like that. So we see that KODK made a parabolic move last month. And whenever, especially with these small cap stocks, whenever there's some type of run like that, it always catches some type of bag holders in the stock, especially if for that day it was trading massive volume. And now let's just check what the volume was traded on KODK. The volume traded was 276,000 volume. That is absolutely crazy. That is above average volume, and usually stocks aren't getting this much volume on the daily. Now again, like I was saying with the bag holders of these stocks, so this is what I look for in the history of these stocks. I look for the last times they've spiked, and if you don't know what a bag holder is, what a bag holder is someone that buys these stocks usually when they're a little too overextended, or they accidentally buy them at its peak, or they didn't sell when they were supposed to, so now they're down money, right? Because these stocks are very volatile. The next day it's already back down $20, $30, $40. So the people that bought too high at around $50, $60, especially with all that volume traded, we know there's people trapped around that level that are still holding, waiting to get out at a better price. So when people are chasing these stocks, they can become bag holders. And you just never want to be a bag holder. Rule number one, always Always have a plan before you get into any type of trade, and always cut your losses immediately. But we have KODK. I've now determined we're going to have some bag holders in this stock just for the reasons that I told you. It was a hyped up stock. It wasn't going up off of any type of really, really good fundamentals. It was just a lot of hype that people were just buying up the stock. People wanted a piece of the pie. So now once I come to that conclusion, I can then bring it down to the 20-day 1 hour chart and just see what happened the last 20 days. I can see, okay, a week, 2 weeks ago, we can see that KODK had a little popped up to about 1370 area, got rejected, right back down that same exact day. So you can obviously, there was bag holders in the stock because the last time it spiked, it got slammed right back down. And bag holders are really that selling pressure from above. And then again, when it spikes like that, other short sellers also know that these bag holders want to get out, so the short sellers will hop on top of these moves, creating an even bigger selling pressure. So now I can pull up KODK on this day. It's gapping up. Now I'm not long biased for the reasons for what I just showed you. I'm not long biased because it just gapped up in July, trading a ton of volume, some type of parabolic move, something we don't see every day, has a lot of bag holders. I'm using psychology. I know these bag holders want to get out. They want to recoup some of their money. Some or most aren't going to be able to break even, but some want to just take what they can get. When we know all of that and we combine some of the technicals, combine the psychology on top of that, you can see why this stock was really favored to the short side all day. The first pop in the morning, I mean, it had everyone pouncing on it. It had one green candle and then slammed right below VWAP with a nice VWAP confirmation. And then it trending beneath VWAP, trying to bounce, never able to reclaim the VWAP. That's how you can use the time frame to your advantage. If you would have known what happened to KODK in the past, maybe you wouldn't have been one of the people that chases into this little pop in the first minute because you can't control your emotions. That's how you can use multiple time frames on something like a small cap stock. You want to check the last time it spiked. Study the history of the stock. And again, I'm just giving my opinion. This is just something that has helped me along the way. AMD has just been going crazy, literally still making highs. And if I go back to the past month, AMD was trading in a channel for the longest. And I remember I was actually placing some swing trades here and there off of this support and resistance. It was just a horizontal channel, which was really easy to understand on a technical analysis standpoint. Now, over here, what do we get on the year chart? We see a breakout. And this is where I'm getting at when we're talking about using multiple timeframes to your advantage. Okay, we're on AMD. I'm on the year chart. You see my key levels put in, and where do I get these key levels? I just look on the graph for the places that are getting rejected multiple times and the spots that I see a support where they're bouncing. So over here, I see it getting rejected multiple times around this 5650 area, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 times. So I know there's a clear resistance there, and vice versa. I see it bouncing here at the support, so I know there's a clear support at the area. I have my key areas in there. I want to move down to the 20-day, and you can do whatever time frames you want. I just want to show the simple concept of what I'm doing. So I was on the year chart. Now if I go to my 20-day, I can see, okay, even from my year chart, I can see that that line is correlating really well with my 20-day chart. That rejection area is really making it a lot clearer now that I'm on a tighter time frame. I can clearly see it getting rejected at these levels. And now over here, you can see there was finally a breakout. But what I want to show you is we already knew from the bigger time frames, there's a resistance level right there. So now if we go to the intraday chart and I want to go back to Monday, the larger time frame, you can see where I get that from. That level that previously broke out. That's the breakout level. And this is what it looks like on the day chart, on an intraday chart. This is what it looks like during the day when the market is open. The stock pushes up, breaks that resistance level, turns it into a support, bounces, and has a massive push. If I'm using a day chart, I can see it pushes up to that key level, right? Our support and resistance is a key level, and it started consolidating right there. What does consolidation even mean to us? Consolidation means there's decisions waiting to be made, or people are speculating. That's what consolidation is. It's moving up and down. It's moving kind of sideways. It's not really currently making an uptrend, and it's not currently making a downtrend. It's going sideways. It's consolidating. People are entering their positions there. People are exiting their positions there. When this pushes up to that key level that we found on the bigger time frames, it starts to consolidate right here. So not everything in the market is always going to just be random. And I'm not saying you can predict stock prices, but you can really find these clues in the stock's history for why some of these moves may happen. I'm not going to make this video too much longer, but I hope you guys understand this concept and how you can really benefit from using multiple time frames. If you're having trouble with stocks to even just find during the day, or just wanting to talk about it and conversate with other people, our Discord chat, that'll be the first link in the description. And this is a little inside look of how the Discord chat is gonna look. Here's a video you can scroll on my channel and find. It says start trading in bold on the thumbnail. So click that if you're a very beginner new trader, you still don't even know what a broker is, which one to choose, what is recommended, what's day trading, swing trading, long-term investing, what's the differences. Watch this video. The market for smaller caps has been a little slower the past couple weeks. So I'm hoping something could just pop off, honestly, later this week, catch some momentum, get some sympathy plays, just something. It's been a little slower, again, than what we're used to the past previous, or a little slower than what we're used to the past months. We're just gonna have to wait, be patient, understand when you should and shouldn't be placing a trade, take notes, track all your trades, and just keep learning every day. Learn from all your mistakes. Those teach you the most in the market. So I hope you learned something new from this video. I hope you can apply this to your trading. So if you did get any value out of that video, I would appreciate it if you hit that like button for me, subscribe to the channel if you don't want to miss any future videos, and I will catch you guys in the next one.